This ought to be interesting. I wonder how the Kitty with Truth family cares, if you care. Do you care about basketball that's not Denver Nuggets basketball? And we shall find out. Yes, I'm late. Yes, I'm late. But I'm not late. I'm actually right on time because I should have put up the thumbnail earlier. So for that, I apologize. Oh, wait. I usually do this, and I do this over a tasteful of cut of music to break up the monotony. Ah, yes, there it is. It's Timeline Tuesday. Yeah. Radio station KUWT. The Kitty with Truth Network here, the DMAC network of programming here on the YouTubes, the Facebooks, even the Twitters, or the formerly known as Twitters, currently X. I'm your host, Kip Nupchak, sitting in for Oren Lamena. We're going to be playing you the greatest of basketball that's not Denver related. We'll be cruising the timelines for a little while. I don't know how long, maybe an hour, maybe longer. As the backdrop is the Luka-led Lakers versus the Dallas Mavericks in the worst trade in the history of basketball. Revisited. Max Christie gets himself a bucket. I really enjoy this, and if you can't tell, I'm going to have some fun. Now, I will tell you, I came in kind of a bit of a mood. I'm in a bit of a mood. So, if it's not your bag, I get it. I don't even know how long I'm going to be here for. Half hour, I don't know. Get some shit off my chest, cruise the timeline, get the hell out, and get back after it tomorrow. That's what I figure. My name's Oren Lamena. What's your name? What do you do for a living? Okay, I think that's a good place to start your show, so I'm just going to...
And now it's time to play everybody's favorite game. Good news. Good news. We are putting that combination. Jesus Christ. We can't run.
Did you guys love how my microphone arm is now just a microphone that I hold? Yes, I actually enjoy it. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. I don't feel like fixing this goddamn thing. And it's the type of arm that already has the XLR cable built into it. Yes, it's a microphone. Try saying that into the microphone. Lakers, Mavs, currently. Are you watching the game? Do you care? Luka with the scoop and score. He's pumped up to be playing his old squad. I'm rooting for the Mavericks because anytime the Lakers lose is a good time for me. He hit the whole side of the backboard. Kyrie has become my Kobe. I couldn't have disliked a guy more at the beginning of his career and liked him more in this stage of his career than I do Kyrie, except for Kobe. Kyrie is my Kobe. I never really well, it's the Duke thing. I was always a North Carolina kind of supporter. That was, where my allegiance. There you go, Kyrie. That was where my allegiances fell. And so, ew, Duke, gross. And Kyrie had the misfortune. Oh, he's okay. Kyrie came to play tonight, boy. He's he's shaved the old the long beard, looking quite Captain Jack Sparrow. Nice. I think the Lakers are a terrible basketball team, by the way. This whole Luka, the other night, but Luka stepped back Trey. Okay. Boys came to play tonight. All right. This is going to be a bang session, to be honest with you. This should actually be a good game between two marginally talented basketball teams. Kyrie's just got green light he's got green light lit. Oh, damn, he came up short on that one. We all love a good revenge tour, don't we? We all love a good revenge. That's a foul. We all love a good revenge tour. Oh, Luka from deep. Oh, so far, this game has some fireworks out the gate. The worst trade in NBA history. Maybe the worst trade in sports history was that Luka deal, trading him to the Lakers. And now we're seeing why it got done, right? Now you're seeing what that was all about. It was about getting LA, LeBron number 2, I guess you'd say, because who knows how much longer LeBron's going to be able to do it. And though it didn't make any sense whatsoever from a basketball standpoint, it made every bit of sense when it comes to this current NBA. This ridiculous, poorly piloted professional sport that I still love. But I just can't stomach, the NBA is run like the country it's run in. It's a sham. And we're constantly being told how great it is. Now, I'm not going to just sit here and shit on the NBA the whole time. But I still look at that trade and I'm just like, could you have made it any more obvious? I know that the ownership group in Dallas is keen on tanking that franchise or making it look bad so that they can force the area to give them a casino. But there's also this weird allegiance to New York and Los Angeles when it comes to professional sports. And the allegiance goes something like, the biggest players have to play in these markets. It's better for the sport if, LA and New York. But when you think about it from a viewer standpoint, for the majority of the country that doesn't live on the coasts, everybody in the middle that watches your sport, like right now, I'm on the East Coast. This game just started. It started at 10 p.m. Right? So, you want to see the best play. But if you live on the East Coast, it's suicide to want to stay up and like when LeBron if you're a LeBron fan, if you were a LeBron fan and you just happen to be in New York or on the Eastern Seaboard, if you're an East Coaster, the minute LeBron went to the West Coast, you were fooked. Same thing goes with New York, you know what I mean? Or all the games play hella early on the East Coast. So it's just kind of like, but I get it. It's our two biggest television markets, blah, blah, blah. Hollywood and the entertainment industry, blah, 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 blah. So was it any surprise that without David Stern there to veto a deal like that Adam Silver, the Daywalker, would go ahead and be like, yeah, that's what we need. That's what'll catch our sport back on fire. If we get Luka in LA. To let that thing go down was just a travesty. It was a travesty. Travesty. So we're left to now just critique it and do what every good sports fan does. Hate. Hater. If there wasn't reason to hate the Lakers before, there is now. Hate, and more hate. I hope nothing good ever happens for you. And then the worst part is that you'd say, oh, that's a good trade across the board. There's value there. They got Anthony Davis back, and then he plays one game and goes down with injury, and you're like, oh, yeah, the man of glass. Some abdominal issue. AD sporting the, what is that, mink? What is that? What kind of fur is that he's got on? Oh, he stepped out of bounds. They took a 3 away from Luka because he stepped out of bounds. That's good that they took it away because he did step out of bounds. Like, where were the refs when that happened during the game? Oh, Luka's looking for his. Austin Reeves for 3. God, I can't stand when the Lakers are good. I want Austin Reeves to miss every shot that he takes. I'm so unprofessional when it comes to being, well, I'm not, I'm a streamer, not a broadcaster now. I'm a streamer now, so I can be unprofessional. Come on, Dallas. What are the chances that Dallas wins this game tonight and ruins Luka's revenge? Hopefully. Damn, Kyrie's got 9 already. Body him inside then, boy. Kyrie with 11. And he's talking big All right, let's cruise the timeline. Let's see what other things are going on. I'll keep an eye on that. And while that goes, that's a foul on Austin Reeves. You know what I'm not a fan of? I'm not a fan of uncalled fouls on the Lakers. You see where I'm going with that? Timothy Rimothy's in the house.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all.
Damn it, Oren, I've seen Joy Reid's face all over the socials a couple times a day, and all I see is you. All I see, I only have eyes for you. Do you think differently of me now? Do you think differently of me now, Timothy Rimothy, now that you know who I'm related to? What's funny is that after most people find that out, then people look and they're like, oh, yeah, I can see it. And it's like, yeah, that's my big sis. Whether you agree with her politics or not, that's my big sis. Watch your mouth. I don't often agree with all her politics. Well, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say to that, Timothy. Thank you. Oh, shit. Today's been one of those days, too, where I've quietly sat by. You know what the thing is? All right, here we go. I'm going to lose, I'm going to watch the view count plummet. We're going to watch Hoops and talk politics for a second. This place is broken, man. I kind of said that yesterday. And the thing is that I think we find the enemy, we see the enemy in the wrong people. We see the enemy in the wrong people because you see the enemy in your neighbor. And your neighbor can't be your problem because your neighbor doesn't really have the power to be your problem. And if people's opinions are your biggest concern, like opposing opinions, you're not built for the world. You might want to check out. You might want to get Jesus on the main line, tell him what you want, and tell him you want out. You know what I mean? Because opinions, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody's opinion, if that's your biggest problem. Now, if they have the ability to weaponize that opinion against you, Like if their feeling can be used to disrupt your way of life and your way of being, then it's a problem. But mostly, it's just things that people think and then they say out of their face. And all day, we spend all day just banging on one another. Meanwhile, the chuckleheads up top ain't doing their motherfucking jobs, which is why you're actually upset. What you're really upset about is, what the fuck, every time I look at my taxes, something named FICA's taking money out of my pocket. And even if state taxes, federal taxes, God diggity damn it, the price of eggs. Those are the things you're upset about. Why the fuck do I gotta get up and pay for water? Why do I have to pay for water? Water should be fucking free. That's what you're upset about. But what it comes out is the goddamn gays. That's how it comes out. What you're really mad about is you're like, I know that goddamn Nikola Tesla coil is real and energy should be free. I know it used to be free. Something inside of me is telling me that energy should be free. But what it comes out is the goddamn illegal aliens. They're ruining it. They're making it bad. They're why it hurts to wake up and drudge through my workday and go see my boss that I hate. Right? What you're really mad at, okay, here it is. What you're really mad about is you're like, Nancy Pelosi makes $170,000 a year. How the fuck is she a 200 millionaire? But what it comes out as LGBTQ plus. Now that is actually a thing that I think identity politics is actually one that I think was also used though as a means of separating people. Well, I mean that's the deal, right? You start classifying people by identity, and the next thing you know, they're not just a person who's overpaying, who has to overpay for taxes. Did you know America's the only place in the world where it takes 30 years to buy a house? Like it takes 30 years to pay off your mortgage, and that property rights are like, yeah, it's like it's both of ours. That's how they do it. This is how the state does it. So you're like, I bought my house, right? And they're like, yeah, you paid it off. It's like it's both of ours though. You still got to pay us. You're like, wait, what? How much do I have to pay you in perpetuity? For what? The property. So I own the house, but I don't own the land underneath the house. No. What? I'm sorry, Timothy. You never buy a house the way that. You know what? I had a rabbi. I studied Judaism for 9 years, and my rabbi told me, he was like, the renting is actually the best bet until you want to hop into, like, when you buy property, it should be with business in mind. Like, how can I leverage the equity in this property in order to bang. Because the truth of the matter is that you're like, they'll tell you, you don't own it. It's like the American dream is to buy a home, right? And then they're like, it's going to take you 30 years. You're like, God damn, 30 years? Yeah, and the interest on it, you got to pay the interest off as well. You're like, well, what's interest? And they're like, well, here's your principal, right? The principal on your home is $300,000. But there's another $150,000 in interest. And you're like, well, what's interest? I'm like, interest is something, but it's really nothing because, principal, like when you go into a store, whatever it costs, you pay the principal, and then the interest, let's call the interest the tax, the sales tax that you pay on it. But, usury and loans and things of that nature are all very, very much geared to keep you in debt. I was talking to my homegirl. She's like, her son goes to University of, listen to this. This is funny. Her son goes, by the way, I'm sorry. I know certain people are like, listen, guy, listen here, goddamn. This is the Kill You With Truth Network, but it's Kill You With Truth Sports, goddamn it. We don't need you on here spreading your communist ideals. I'm not a communist. I'm a realist. Fun fact. I'm not a communist. I'm a realist. And the realist in me just cannot make sense of this thing that we do. So you won't buy a house anytime. My advice to you, Timothy Rimothy, would be, first of all, don't say that. When you say things out of your mouth, they come toward you. But don't buy a house. Buy the land and then build your own home for way cheaper than you could buy a house. That would be my... And everybody goes, whoa, that sounds... No, it's actually really a lot easier now with modular homes. The whole... it's all the rage now. Container home type deals. You can actually stick these things in place on a piece of land, but then you have to live away from the city. But there's another bonus to not being in these large city centers, which is self-sufficiency. All these things are very, 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 very gauche ideals, but they spell freedom. But you like the city. You like having a convenient store up the street where food is grown and made. All right, let's cruise the timeline. Anyway, I was talking to my homegirl. Anyway, I was talking to a friend of mine, close friend of mine, and she was telling me about her son goes to U of A, and he's graduating, and he pays all his tuition to go to school. Get the student loans, you do the whole thing, scholarships, whatever. And you get to the end, and they're like, so in order to graduate, you have to apply to graduate, and you owe us $50. And if you don't pay the $50 on time, you'll owe us $100. Like, what? I have to pay you to walk across the stage? They're like, yeah. Like, well, why don't you just attach that to the rest of my bill? My point is that this place is broken. That's what you're mad about. You're not mad about illegal immigrants. You're mad because it takes 30 years to buy a home. Anyway, Lakers up 25-20 with 1:47 left in the third. Let's cruise my timeline, shall we? There were some things that I wanted to talk about and I saw that I wanted to show you anyway. And they're all sports related. So you don't have to listen to my Marxist idea. I'm not a Marxist, by the way. I'm not. This is funny. Okay. The Heat are 1-6 since the Jimmy Butler trade. What's this comedian guy's name? I don't know, but he does look like Aaron Bolstra. He's the guy who does all the impersonation. Yeah, that's gotta suck if you're Pat Riley and the Heat are 1-6 now. Fucking hell, dude. That sucks. And meanwhile, Jimmy Butler is tearing it up. I told y'all that it was gonna be a problem letting him get to Miami. He does a great Jay-Z. I love his Jay-Z. What's his name? God damn it. His name? Okay. His name? One of the impersonation. His name? His name. Boy, What's this guy? What's this guy's name? Look at it. He looks like Eric Spoelstra for real. God, I wish I could do impersonations better. Guys who can do impersonations are awesome. Oh, what's this?
How? I don't know how. How would I know, sir?
Yeah, how would you know?
How? I don't know how.
I don't understand. I don't get it. LMAO, what that here? Everybody's in the Cooper Flag sweepstakes. Is that what this is? Everybody's in the Cooper Flag sweepstakes. Everybody's trying to get their hands on Cooper. Is Cooper going to be that guy though? Is there a guarantee that Cooper's actually going to be that guy, that Wemby, that difference maker? The kid can hoop his ass off. That's for goddamn sure. Jimmy Butler reportedly feels like the Warriors are the best organization he's ever been a part of, per Shams Charania. He does feel like this organization is better than any other organization he's been a part of. But I'm telling you, it's different this time. I haven't sensed the same feeling he's had when he went to Philly, when he went to Miami, This is different for Jimmy Butler going to Golden State. He's staying late for shoot-arounds. He's staying late for practices. He's spending so much more time in the training room, the meal room. Oh, well, I'd spend a ton of time in the meal room. Free meal? What? He's going above and beyond to ingratiate himself with the Warriors right now. He wants a ring. Come on. The ring's the thing. He wants a ring. Of course he's going to ingratiate himself to his teammates. You don't get to a new place and act like an asshole out the gate. You got to wait a while. You got to give it a second before you start acting like an ass. God damn. Hit your shots. Dante Exum. Remember when he was with the Nuggets? Oh, my God. Thank God he's not our problem anymore. That dude is terrible at bat. Afion Crockett. God damn it, Timothy Rimothy.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all.
You are Johnny on the fucking spot. Let's see if we can find some Afion Crockett impersonations. Shall we? How was your Tuesday, by the way? Oh, wait, what is this? Drake's attorneys cite Kendrick Lamar. Oh, what? Drake's attorneys cite Kendrick Lamar performing Not Like Us at Super Bowl in new response to UMG's request to delay the rapper's defamation suit. Delaying discovery would unfairly prejudice plaintiff, who is continuing to suffer the consequences of UMG's defamatory content. UMG's defamatory campaign. The filing reads, indeed, at the same time UMG has been delaying here, UMG launched new campaigns to further spread the defamatory content, including at the 2025 Super Bowl halftime show, which had over 133.5 million viewers. A pretrial conference. Is that how you spell conference? Conference? Seems spurious. I thought it was ENCE. A pretrial conference for the case is scheduled for April 2nd. Drake's legal team wants the hearing to happen no later than March 5. Drake filed a federal lawsuit against the music company in January. The suit claims UMG's defamed Drizzy by distributing Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us, which refers to Drake as a PDF file. Why is it bad for us to say Google's your friend? Google's not my friend. Google's your friend. I use Brave browser. You can Google all you want to. I actually use Google when I do this because I have to use Chrome in order to have it work with the software. This is why Drake will never be respected in hip hop. Stay his ass in the pop lane. Dude's a colonizer. FR. FR, by the way, for those that aren't hip, means for real. Drake's got his foot on Kenny's neck. Is that what you got out of that? Should I respond to this guy? Let's see what the responses are to this guy. Drake's got his foot on Kenny's neck. Is that what it feels? It doesn't feel like Drake's got his foot on Kenny's neck all the way across the world. In what world are you living in? He literally is suing his own distribution, right? It's so weird, the divide. The divide between Kendrick and Drake is similar to the divide between Democrat and Republican. It's like two people living in the same place, but seeing the world just completely differently. Like you live in the same place. It's all the same shit. It's like you're in the same store. It's all the same shit on the shelves. But for one reason or another, one place, one side thinks that it's all vegan, and I don't know, the other side thinks that it's all written in Chinese. You know, you're not Chinese. Oh, Luka'S Cinder, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's at the game, sitting courtside looking very stoic. He didn't even acknowledge the camera. Kendrick is not even being sued. It's UMG. Only next with the foot boy. Only next with a foot is the boy. He can easily let it go, let it simmer down. He can't do it. He can't do it because he's getting Say Drake. Oh, I got that shirt. I actually have a shirt with this on it. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. Our plaintiff continues to suffer. Nah, clearly Drake is crying for mercy. See, this guy's response, Drake got his foot on Kenny's neck. It's like, what? Are you okay, sir? Are you all right? That's quite a delusion that you're living in. Your boy's getting his shit handed to him. The Lakers has sent a triple team at the Lakers' answer to stopping Nikola Jokic, in hindsight of our loss, by the way, was to send a triple team at him. That's not going to work in the playoffs. Austin Reeves is actually a player, isn't he? As much as I hate to admit it, and no, it's not because he's white. It's because he plays for the Lakers. And I was just like, but he's actually a player. He's like a guy. What shot do you give the Lakers to make some noise in this postseason? There goes LeBron with the bagless one. It's so terrible that dude is considered one of the greatest in the history of the game. That's a foul. The athleticism, I get all those things. I do. But I just never have respected his bag. And it's never changed. It's not any different. I think it's just more obvious now. It's just way more obvious now that he is just bagless. He got no stones. Everybody, yeah, this guy's getting you smoking dick. Jesus. That gets a like. Crying nigga. That gets a like. Poor Drake. NBA will do its damnedest to make the Lake Show be good and relevant. I know. What is going on with? Oh, that's Dalton Connect. I know. It's kind of pitiful. It's just an old way of looking at the world. We live in an internet-driven. The world is now global because of the internet. And if you're still driven by this, the coasts are what matter. You're really just captured by a way of thinking. A very archaic, old school way of looking at the world, which is it'll matter more when LA is good. No, it doesn't. It matters more if your league is competitive. Make the basketball good. Was the league bad when San Antonio was winning championships? Was the league bad when Detroit was winning championships? Of course not. Nobody that doesn't live in Los Angeles thinks that. Stab, jab, step. Look at LeBron's game. Like, come on, man. That was a nice pass, though. Actually, he's always been able to do that. He definitely is a playmaker. I will let me rephrase what I'm saying because I don't want to be obtuse in my statements. It's not that LeBron doesn't have a bag. It's just he doesn't have a scorer's bag. He's got court vision. He can playmaking ability. It's like if Karl Malone had a handle. LeBron's down on the floor. Oh God, X him for 3. Fucking that dude is. It just doesn't make sense how bad and how inconsistent Klay's jumper's gotten. Watching that game on ESPN on Saturday, it was like watching a home broadcast of the Lakers. The opening shot was a dude in a Luka Lakers jersey walking into the Pepsi Center. I can only imagine. Luckily for me, I didn't. Oh my God. It sucks that Austin Reeves is good at basketball. I think far too often people are underestimating him and Dalton Connect. They're getting the white boy treatment and they shouldn't. They can hoop. Fucking man up. Watch that guy. Did he just say LeBron's too small? I don't know, Marshall. Oh, he gave LeBron the too small? Whoa. Ballsy. Okay, what else we got? Back to the timeline. I'm just cruising and watching the Lakers game, by the way. So don't be upset. I won't be upset if you're not entertained. Why didn't Kobe meet LeBron in the finals in 2011? Paul Gasol fell off a cliff and wasn't a worthy second option anymore. Why are you taking shots at Paul Gasol? Here's my sister. Canceling. Okay, we're not going to do that. We're not gonna do that. I'm not gonna. This is not what this was supposed to be. This was really supposed to be me just getting on here and fucking around, having some fun. Oh, here's something. The Pac-12 is reorganizing, and apparently, starting 2027-28 academic season, Memphis and Texas, because nothing says Pacific Coast like Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis and Texas State are expected to join the Pac-12. This now gives the Pac-12 a total of 9 football members, giving the league a full 8 game conference schedule. Both schools will receive an annual $12 million payroll. I had something. Let me see if I can find this. I had something. Oh my God, Kamala Harris is such a disaster. What the hell's going on with Justin Bieber? Don't let me forget that I'm talking about the Pac-12. Look how crazy Justin Bieber looks now. This is another one of those things, man, where it's like there's something really fucked up.
I know you care.
Whoa. There's something crazy going on in Hollywood when it does that. Look at this kid. Like, now, it's not that he is dressed like he's wearing his father's clothes. It's that smile. Look at his face. I mean, I'm quite sure he still has a large majority of his money left. Man, did he really? That whole shit fucked him up. And I bet you having all that Diddy stuff like dredged up just made it 10 times worse. And the hangers on, the people, like, this guy doesn't know what to do with himself. Look at this guy bebopping around. What the hell is going on here? I just don't. I do not lament. I do not lament the tailspin that we're in, because I think we'll be better for it. I think we'll be better as a nation coming out on the other side. I think it's time for it to be broken down and build it back up. Because look at what just being a singer. This was a child. It was a child singer who was talented, had a passion for entertaining, and had the misfortune of being discovered by Usher. He was discovered by Usher and then handed over to a monster in Sean Combs. And look at, I mean, that looks crazy. That looks crazy. That's not a natural growth path for a, you know what I mean? Who says you have to become that because you're an artist? And he was not even that kind of artist. It's not like he's an eclectic artist. This is what it looks like when you're trying to numb the pain. And then having Diddy like in jail and all this stuff looming, I think probably just brought up some demons, because he looks like he's been on a downward spiral, bro. He looks like it's been going really badly. Yeah, I feel bad for him too. I feel bad for him. I feel bad that this is what he's high as hell. He's skyrocketed. Boo! Afternoon delight. I caution my kids. I caution my girls. Like, luckily, well, my youngest, she's an accomplished guitar player. And I really, the things that I do in my life are to provide a basis to where my kids, it's just like, yeah, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. It's a sham. I'd say this, and you'll think this is probably irresponsible, but I tell my kids all the time, growing up it's a hustle. It's a scam. It's a scam. What does it mean? You're this magnificent being. You're this magnificent happening as a human. I'm going to get to Justin Bieber because this is part of it. You're this magnificent happening as a human. And you didn't ask to be here, by the way. Well, you don't know if you asked to be here or not. I love Alan Watts. Alan Watts says, how do you know you weren't the shimmer, the glimmer in your dad's eye? The evil inclination. Anyway, you didn't ask to be here. You show up here and then everybody tells you just got to start paying for being here, which quite honestly is a very new concept. Whoa, look at her ass in those jeans. That's a good part about being here. I'm looking at the, what commercial is this? The Beyonce Levi's commercial? Jesus. Anyway, you didn't ask to be here. You show up here and then everybody starts telling you to pay for stuff. And then it's like, and if you ever want to rest, you got to do 60 years worth of work for this person. And then you'll get 12 years of rest before you die. That's a scam. So I'm just like, don't chase your dreams. And dad will do what I can to make sure that you can just keep going. because it's a scam. That's what, and they call it growing up. You got to get a job. They tell you about college. They're like, where are you going to go to school? You got to go to school. You got to go to college. And then you see the college graduation rate versus the employment rate after college, or people working in their field of work and they're graduating with a house debt. It's a scam. And when I say it's a scam, I mean it's a scam. You'd be better off going to vocational school, if anything. Go to truck driver school or go to plumber, academy. Go to plumber school. Go be an electrician, right? Anyway, so Justin Bieber, I with my daughter, that's the point. The point is that I'm just like, she plays the guitar, and I'm like, the only thing, baby, is that you have to love the arts. And what that means is that you would do it for free. You do it for free. And this is no blame on Justin Bieber. He was a kid. But it's like, think Bill Cosby, right? And it's like, oh, yeah, the young ladies who were victimized by them, which I believe there were many. I don't discount that. But they're victim in that sort of, the horror movie, hello, who's in there? You know that? It's like, don't walk in there. Don't walk in there. It's that type of, hello, is anybody out there? Because if Bill Cosby says, hey, yeah, I want you to come up to my room at 2 a.m. and we're going to do a table read, you probably shouldn't go. You feel what I'm saying? And if it's just, well, I got to be famous. I have to be an actor. Well, then go act in, act your way up the ladder. Go to local, theater and start and make it up there. Because don't put yourself in compromising positions, is what I'm saying, in order to get where you are. Now, in Justin Bieber's case, it was like he didn't compromise himself, but Timothy makes a good point. What up, Fishing? Fishing's in the house.
Thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all.
Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
I also blame his mom with a terrible mother. Be a parent and pull your son when it's time to. Yeah. That's one of those things where it's like, if you followed or know that, like, what pisses me off about the Lakers? I'm going to be jumping back and forth in thoughts, but I can do this. When guys like Vanderbilt hit shots, and I'm just like, you suck at basketball, bro. You're there strictly to play defense. So put your hand down. Don't be goosenecking. Hate the Lakers. I hate the Lakers. I hate the Lakers. Yeah, his mom, basically, you seen There Will Be Blood? God damn it, why do they keep leaving Austin Reeves wide open? Jesus. He's good at basketball. Oh, my God. Dallas is going to get absolutely their doors blown. Spencer Dinwiddie. Damn it. In There Will Be Blood, he's like, my boy. I sacrificed my boy. That was Justin Bieber's mom. Because you got these shit parents that, they don't want to work either, to their credit. And so what do? They put it on their kid. And then it's like, oh, yeah, we want to take your son with us, and he'll just spend a weekend with these grown men, and he's 12. No, he won't. Not if I'm not there. No, sir, Mr. Combs. Not if I'm not there. He won't be spending any time with you guys alone. What do a bunch of grown men want to do with be around a young boy for anyway? You guys are adults. The Henson band saw the writing on the wall and bailed after a couple years in Hollywood. Yeah. It's like, what's this worth? Hanson's, though, right? Is that shot? Is that shot? Who the fuck is that? Is that Diddy Biebs? Yeah, that is Diddy Biebs, brother. Britney Spears' parents say hello. Her dad's a piece of shit, too. Like when she was in that conservatorship. The problem with where we live is that it costs money to be here. And then you start splitting up the cost because you could just be here for, a minimal cost and just carve out a a minimal. I don't want to call any life minimal. You just want a basic life. But let's say you live in a big city, but you want a basic life. Well, that basic life can go away in a second as soon as things start going up in price. Like at one point in time, like for those of us that are from Denver, you can relate. Denver, if you're over the age of 40, definitely if you're over the age of 40. I'd even venture to guess I'm trying to think of the age when you start paying bills. So I'd say if you're about 32 plus and you can remember when Denver was affordable. And in about 10 years, 15 definitely, Denver turned into San Francisco. And you're like, how does that happen? And it's because, things cost. And now it's a place that everybody wants to be in. And landlords are, heaven forbid, everybody's moving to Colorado. Heaven forbid I keep the cost of living manageable. I got to get those rates. And so, that knowledge keeps people from just wanting to carve out a regular life. Now it's like, well, I got to make six figures. And I get why. I get it. Go get your money. But in doing that, people tend to compromise. You make compromises. They'll do anything to get to it. The people up top do. And that's the pervasive theme of capitalism. Whatever it takes. Why does Biebs wear pants that look like they'd fit Shaq? Well, we're looking at now this is just being serious. He doesn't look well. I'm not so much worried about it. Look at his facial expression. There's no reason in the world that having a singing career should have ended like this for this young man. There's no reason in the world other than just the dish ran away with the motherfucking spoon when it came to fame and Hollywood. And why does that, all the things that y'all do, why does that have to be a part of it? I don't get it, brother. I was running through my Insta Reels one day, saw a short clip of Justin exhausted in a pool of sweat laying on a couch. And all I could think was, if that was my kid, we're going. Bye, Hollywood. Exactly. But the parents got the mom, and I know it's the mom that was in his life, just gets intoxicated with the money and the life. And it's like, it's gobstopping. It's like, and quite honestly, if you've ever stayed at a Four Seasons, you get it. If you've ever flown first class, I get it. I get the ooh, you know what I mean? Oh, that feels nice to be catered to and taken care of. Charlie Beagle's in the house.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all.
Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
We must not penalize the, quote, job creators. Huh. I don't disagree with that. Because I think that everybody should do, I think everybody should do what they see fit. My thing is this with the job creators, quote unquote, is that at what point in time is enough enough? And I'm not one of these redistribute wealth guys. I'm not that. I just feel like, let me see if I could think of a business model where it's like, but what are we doing here? Okay. Let's talk about the poke. You remember the poke? I had a family member who sent a text. I am unpoked. I don't judge. I understand. Many people, okay. I just want to make a point about business and job creators. To your point, Charlie Beagle. Okay. That's all I'm trying to do is make a point about business and job creators. Because some would say that, these big pharma companies and whatever, they're job creators. They're big businesses. They got a lot of employees, right? They're job creators. Right. And so these job creators were like, a long time ago, they were like, we'll make your vaccines, we'll make your pokes, but we're going to need you to carve out for us immunity. Immunity against what? It's like immunity against if anyone should have a problem with the effects that are had by our pokes. It's like, why would you need that? Like, if you're a bottle of Tylenol and the Bayer company or whoever makes Tylenol is like, we're going to need immunity if anything happens to you. No, of course not. Right? Because what happened to me? I'm just taking some Tylenol. I made a whole video about this. Hold on. I'll show you. I can show you better than I can tell you. I want to be consistent with my train of thought. Anyway, let me make the point. So my family member was like, hey, fucking Pfizer put out the effects. They put out the effects to their to the poke. It's like, eee. And now I'm going to show you what they said. Hopefully this is on my Twitter. Poor Justin Bieber. I really when I say that, I just mean like, God damn, do you think if this Justin Bieber could have seen now what Justin Bieber then was going to go through, you think he would have still wanted to be a singer? I guarantee you he wouldn't have. He's like, I just want to sing. I got these pipes. I got this gift that God gave me. It's like, yeah, it's going to cost you your sanity. Oh, well, I'll just go and work. I'll go work a job. He got diddied, plain and simple. $100. Diddied or diddled? Both. Let's call the whole thing off. I think you're talking about there's only so good anything can be, no matter how much money you have. I agree with that. When your Bentley won't crank it, it might as well be a Pinto. And if you've ever stayed at a Four Seasons, it's like, it's nice. I get it. I get the perks. It's more so like looking at the other people and being like, you know where I'm staying, right? You know I'm at the Four Seasons. The food eats a little better. Yeah, there's some flavor. Now listen, there's nothing like a good steak, but you can make a good steak on your own. What you said, Fishing? Why does the NBA refuse to promote the best player that's white? Every NBA picture always has those schmucks on it. Well, now see, you, my friend, are showing your cards. This is simply a post about Jimmy Butler and the places that he's played. Yeah, brother. This is just Jimmy Butler, the different places where Jimmy Butler's played. The Bulls, Minnesota, Philadelphia, the Heat, the Warriors. It's just the identity. Is there anything you want to tell us, Fishing? I kid because I care. I don't know why the league promotes itself the way that it does. I think basketball is seen as a black sport, if I'm being honest with you. So I think hip hop, and up until this point, one could say factually, like, let's name the standout over the course of the last, since the days of Larry Bird. And when I say the days of Larry Bird, I know that there were many. Like, I was a huge Keith Van Horn fan. That tournament that he had with Utah was just fun. I became a huge Keith Van Horn fan. I would always put him on when I'd play NBA Live '97. I'd put him on my Knicks teams. I think what ends up happening is really they're just promoting the best players in the game. And until Luka and Joker, I think it would be fair to say you are hard pressed to find. I'm trying to think between the Dirk Nowitzki era. There was Jason Williams, White Chocolate, but he, it was kind of a, Hito Turkoglu, guys like that come to mind. I'm just saying, Manu Ginobili, who's not white, but I'm just saying non-blacks. I think it's just kind of hard. You got to promote what you have. It'd be like saying, wow, how come the NHL only has a bunch of poster with a bunch of white guys? Dirk and Steve Nash, okay, that's fine. But you know what I mean? The demographics are probably more the problem than what the NBA is choosing to promote. The demographics are what they are. You feel me? When will black players apply themselves to taking over hockey? I think it's a question as to when will our best athletes, who sometimes I think athletic excellence comes out of a sense of desperation to make it out of your situation, right? So I guess the question becomes when, because it's hard. Hockey's a hard hustle. All that gear, ice time, hockey's a hard hustle for anybody. Like now, if you grew up in Manitoba, it's probably a lot easier to play because you can go play pond hockey. But if you're in Denver and you want to get good at hockey, that's going to cost your parents a lot. So that eliminates an entire economic strata off top. Now, am I saying all the best athletes definitely come from struggle situations? No, but there seems to be a motivation that comes with struggle. And then is that to say the athlete? I think personally, because I've been on ice skates before, I'm terrible at it. I think hockey players are the best athletes. I think hockey players first. Baseball players have proven themselves to be the best athletes second, I think, because baseball players normally can go on it. You see the dual sport athlete in baseball most, right? And so I feel like you're just not going to see that wave of urban talent in hockey because one, just the cost. You're just not going to get a lot of people who can get that type of ice time. There's a rink here in Bowie. Bowie's an all black town. I mean, it's like Black Beverly Hills, affluent. But when I go up to that ice arena, you don't see no niggas up there. It's right up by the park where I walk my dog. There's no brothers up there. We don't. And so I just don't think it's one of those things. And I think on the flip side with basketball, it's just like basketball is, besides football, not soccer. It's not soccer. It's football. Besides football, it's the cheapest sport that you can learn how to be good at because all you need is a ball and a park. Parks are free. Balls are easy to find. I got a pair. Max Christie. Okay, come on, man. You guys don't go out like some chumps. I actually want this to be a game. If the Lakers win, it's fine, but at least make it a game. So I think that's more the answer. That it's not just. I think hockey players are the best athletes. I really do. To do all that on skates, stop on a dime, the endurance that it takes to skate, a shift, puck handling, all of that. I think that they are the best athletes. Now, that's not to say they're the most athletic, because I think that two things can be true in that sense. You don't have to be the most athletic to be I just think they do the hardest job because you do all that on ice on skates. I just think and then baseball, I think baseball players are the best athletes by far. I think really good baseball players can do it all. They'll be able to play basketball, just from athleticism and the type of stuff that they have to do, like on a dime. To me, that proves you're out. Quick twitch, quick twitch, quick twitch. Not just your sanity, your confidence. Well, lack of better. His virginity in the worst way. Yeah, man. It just sucks what happened to Beebs, man. Anyways, what happens when you collect all 5 G? I don't know. All 5 Jimmy Butler bobbleheads. I don't know. I guarantee you there'll be a couple more before it's all said and done. Dirk and Nash. Yeah. So it's just, to answer your question, it's just kind of hard. You know what I mean? Like the numbers are what they are. You know what I mean? Demographics are what they are. I don't think it's really who they're choosing. Denver's own Kelly Tripucka. What's crazy is I just saw a list. I might have even saved it on my Twitter with Kelly Tripucka on it. What was the question? What was the question that I saw? Somebody asked a question and the answer was, and Kelly Tripucka was one of the answers. I literally just saw that. Did I save it? Oh, this is annoying. Hold on. You guys want to hear something annoying? Now listen, I'm all for the ladies. Venturing out, do your thing, get it, girl. I want you to listen to this conversation between two women about NFL combines. We'll go back to talking about stuff.
How y'all feel about the NFL combine, like invite list? I feel like we should have had a few more nephews, like several other nephews, get some invitation.
Several other nephews.
But definitely without football.
According to like the rules, they say, they have a meeting with all 32 teams and they have to kind of put the players' names in that they would like to see. So you have to have a number of teams ask about you or ask to see you at the.
Oh, can't do it. I tried. I was trying so hard. Can't do it. Can't make it through a female sports take. Exactly, brother. I tried. I really did. I was trying to. You guys, you saw me. I tried to get through that. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Ah. Hey, we ain't gonna be taking shots at people. We talk how we talk now. It ain't how they talk. It's what they're talking about, what they're saying. I can't stand any woman that says, "Let me ask you." Let me ask you a question. I can't stand that either. You could argue that the two best players in the league right now are white, Joker and Luka. That's not arguable. I think it's a fact. But you're right. The demographics of the NBA. I mean, I think it's facts. The two. Well, let me say this. Joker is definitely there is a question to be. I think that there's a debate where Luka is concerned, and the only reason I'll say that is because of availability. So that's where I could take. I say, like, there's an Anthony Edwards conversation there that could be had. There's definitely a Kevin Durant conversation. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? It's not so much like, oh, deny Luka. It's just to say that he's a great player. And I think he's well on his way to being face of the league style. He landed in the right place. Lord knows he's definitely in the right place now. There'll be no shortage of promotion of Luka. I mean, look at this game. Look at this spectacle. There'll be no shortage of promotion of Luka. I mean, he's moving into face of the league territory. But Joker's the best player in the game. And I think the problem that the NBA has is that Joker is not all that sexy when it comes to marketing, which I'm like, just market him. He doesn't have to be. He looks like the dude from Despicable Me. Like, and he doesn't take himself all that seriously. He probably I've seen him embrace that comparison in a funny way. It's an 8-point game at halftime, 59-51. Let me catch up on some of y'all's responses. I agree with you on the struggle thing. I think there's a psychology to it. It's just like, my circumstances are so hard. I'm going to be the best football player ever. I'm going to knock heads, or I'm going to catch footballs better than anybody's ever caught them. My circumstances. I'm going to dunk this basketball. This is for poverty. Bam. Tends to work out. Turns out struggle's a great motivator. I'd say dual sport athletes are mostly basketball, football players. Yeah. Basketball. Yeah. It's more translatable. And that's because basketball is way less skilled in certain regards now than before. It's like, can you run? Can you jump? Can you dunk? You know what I mean? Hockey is also very expensive to get. That's what I'm saying. It's like pads, skates, ice time, stick. Like, there's no way, and you can't like weekend your way to being good at hockey, right? So that means you got to take your kid. It's like golf. It's like greens fees. You know what I mean? You got to take, and golf's another very expensive one, right? And so it's like, you got to take your kid. If you want them to get good, you got to have an ice pond. You got to live in Manitoba or wherever. Is Manitoba a place? Manitoba's a place. Hockey and baseball, surprisingly, are the most expensive. Baseball is very expensive to play too. Baseball, you can get away with it a little more. You know what I mean? Baseball is a little less expensive but once you got a kid that's any good, he's got to be on a team that travels. By the time you start spending it for traveling, it's over. Like, hockey in general is going to cost you out the gate just because you got to do it at home, and it just costs a lot to find a rink, go to the rink, pay for the rink, the ice fees, get your kid the pads and things and all the things that they need, all the assortment, the various accoutrements. So yeah, hockey's going to cost you, but baseball, as soon as your kid's any good, you probably want them to have them on a traveling team, and now you're going to pay out the ass. I'm just picturing a bunch of brothers yelling, "Pass me the motherfucking." You could have just said motherfucking. Pass me the MFing puck, sucker. You think that's how we talk? You think brothers is still saying sucker? might be like, bitch, PK Subban don't talk like that. You think that's how black people still talk? You don't think that, Charlie Beagle. Football is more than baseball. A helmet brand new for a child, $300, $800, and that's just the helmet. Yeah, football's going to cost, especially if you want the top technology, unless you got the kid with the one-bar face mask, and then he's going to get murdered out there. Not to mention if you want to get your kid on a team or in a league. Exactly. You could argue that the two best. Oh, I read that one already. The fucker. Oh, there's two ladies. Definitely an SGA argument. Yeah. I think Shane Gilgeous-Alexander is making a name for himself because you know what? SGA is a better defender than I give him credit. He's a willing defender. That is to say, he's a willing and active defender, and it's a team. It's like a team culture, and he leads the team in that culture. I'm not saying he leads the team. Well, I think he leads the team in steals, but he you know what I mean? It'd be like, oh my God, could you imagine if Jamal was a willing defender? Joker prefers riding horses. That's what I love about him most, I think that's what makes him so great, is that he has an interest outside of basketball. He has life outside of basketball. Not in that weird sense either. Not in that, guys have lives outside of basketball. We want to be, I want to be, an international spokesman for fucking New Balance or whatever the shit. I want to be cool. I got to be cool. I got to have a rap career. It's like, no, he's like a person outside of his sport. If Gronk can sell shit, anybody can. I know. USAA loves him, and it's just like there's something geeky about the way he poorly reads lines. What up, O? What up, Coop?
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all.
Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
Look up Justin Bieber freestyle Otis. Very interesting. I'm going to do that. Give me 2 seconds. Manitoba, Canada is a province. All right, fuck yeah. Yay me. You haven't even mentioned the dental bills? Yeah. Getting your chiclets knocked out because you took a puck to the face. That's got to. Wrestling is probably the cheapest and most productive sport to get a child in. Now that MMA is here, I would agree with that. I think it teaches you a lot about life, getting up off the mat time and time again to be good at it, the patience. Also, it's one of those sports that's not highly touted. So it's like, I think there's a humility that comes with doing something that you love because you're really doing it. You have to be doing that because you love it. And also, hell, you don't ever want to get into a tussle with a guy who knows how to grapple. Too gay? I mean, yeah, exactly. And we gave one of them best. Yeah. You don't want them to put their hands on you, that's for sure. The only thing I don't like about wrestling is it seems like all those guys get cauliflower ear. When some fat kid sits on your head. I read a report that Gronk was thinking about coming out of retirement to join the Broncos. That's not real. Is that real? Wrestling is a good one. Teaches you a fantastic discipline too. Yeah, I think that wrestling is because having to make weight. I remember my homeboy, shout out to John Doyle. In high school, he was, he'd have to make weight. And so he'd have on one of those suits that you put on. I was going to say a sweatsuit. I mean, it is a sweatsuit. And then he'd be spitting off weight. He was the only guy that I knew in high school that dipped, like he would dip chaw, but he would only dip because he needed to spit off weight. He was spitting off water weight. It's crazy. Crazy. And you just got to have that unitard. You just have to wear that unitard and then wrestling shoes, right? Wrestling isn't cheap. Ric Flair had those 200. You're an idiot, Charlie Beagle. Well done. Woo! Yes, sir. You did it. You did it. Woo! Fucking love Ric Flair, bud. Look, I love Ric Flair. Real as a heart attack. He's friends with Sean. That can't be. Please don't tell me. You think it would have made it to the? Let me see. Gronk. Broncos. Rumor. Sean who? Sean Drotar? Breaking, the legendary Rob Gronkowski is considering a return to the NFL per Cecil Lammey. What the shit? The Broncos are expected to be in the. What is he, bored? I mean, somebody's got to be in his ear talking to him about that then, right? League sources, Cecil said it. Yeah, this is my bud. League sources tell me that 4-time Super Bowl champion tight end Rob Gronkowski is considering a return to the NFL. He worked out with Sean Payton at Fox, and I'm told he loves Denver and QB Bo Nix. Two of his brothers, Dan and Chris, had short stints with the Broncos. Did Gronkowski's played with the Bronx? Now you can spell Bronx like Bronk. It'll be Gronk and Broncos, so it would be Gronkos. You could go with Gronk, Denver Gronko, Rob Gronkowski, or the Broncos, or you spell Broncos with a K. Whenever he's involved, like as a promotion, Broncos with a K. Broncos with a K as a promotion. Hire me. I'm good with these things. They just come off the tip. It's mostly, I'm not even high. Broncos GM. Okay, here's more. Let's
born in Denver.
Mile high forever.
A lot of people talking about the tight end right now. Obviously, some rumors floating around.
Who's this guy talking? George Patton? Oh, George Patton's this guy over here. Who's this guy talking?
With the return of Gronkowski, is there any truth to any of that?
We just signed him actually. No, I just heard that on my way over here. So that's pretty cool. He wants to be Bronco.
A lot of questions about the Joker position. I'm just curious for you. You hear George talking about that, you hear Sean talking about that all the time. Specifically,
what's this guy's name? I used to work with him. What's this guy's name? I used to work with him. He's lost weight.
You hear Sean talking about that all the time. Specifically, we talk about running back, talking about tight end. But in your mind, you're just looking to add to the room, really both rooms, I think, regardless, right?
Exactly. You're just trying to bring in the best players to help our team with who's available. I mean, you've seen Sean's great offenses. A lot of them have jokers, but he's had some really good offenses.
Joker.
So we're always looking for the best player, and if it happens to be a joker, then
Joker.
Thank you.
You're always looking for the player that happens to be a joker. The best player is a joker. Breaking, Gronk and 7th round pick are being traded to the Bucks for the 4th round picks. That's 2020. What do we think about Shador choosing not to throw at the combine, by the way? I think that's interesting. I think not Shador, Rob Gronkowski. I think it's interesting that I think his skill, can he still run? Is his body still healthy? It doesn't look like he walked away from the game with a ton of like serious injurious problems. So shit, smoke if you got him. And if him and Sean Payton are friends, and Sean Payton, that means, you know what that tells you? One, the Broncos are not going to draft a tight end first. They're definitely not going. They might go after the kid. I've heard that the kid in Michigan. Can I give my least like personality that I worked with? Yes, I can. I'll tell you in a second. It's a great question. That is a great question. Singlet, is that what it's called? It's not a unitard. It's called a singlet. Apologies. How much can a singlet cost? Very, that shiny. What the hell is Greg Anthony wearing? He has on it looks like curtains. It looks like a fine grandma chair. His jacket looks like a fine grandma chair. Take that thing off, brother. Don't do too much. No, do what you want. Do your big one. O'Doyle, as in O'Doyle rules. No, John Doyle. His name was John Doyle, not O'Doyle. Sean Payton. Yeah, Broncos. Did you come up with that or did I come up with that? I came up with it. Why you always question me, Oren? I am ever wrong. You were wrong right there, spelling never. So you see, you're not above reproach. I loved that Nikki Glazer burned on Brady. Even Gronk no crypto ain't real money. Yeah, that roast was amazing. Oren, can you give us your least like? Okay. I can. I want to hold it for a second. I try not to go back to that place in my mind. But there's a guy. Nate Lundy. Period. Hands down. Everyone else was a peach. Nate Lundy. Fuck that guy. And he knows why. Worst cologne, Elon Musk. I wish I had a womp for that. James Marilat. No, actually, James is a know-it-all guy. I don't mind James. We worked for a very short period of time together when I was at Mile High Sports Radio. But I don't mind James. You know what I mean? It's an acquired taste. But I never had a problem. Shador is dropping fast. I'd take Will Howard over out of Ohio State in his limited QE trial. Yeah, I've been hearing that. I read what wrong? I didn't read it wrong. You go back to your ever. You're never wrong. Hold on. Where's it at? Ric Flair. Why you always question me, Oren? Am I ever? God damn it. I did read that wrong. Fuck. Am I ever wrong? God damn it. I hate when you're right. Like I hate when the Lakers win. Shador not throwing at the combine seems like a scare. The reason I didn't like the story is because it seems like you got something to hide. Laugh it up, fuzzball. It seems like you got something to hide, right? Like, why not throw at the combine? And then I heard an explanation where it's like, no, it'll be Philip Lindsay. I was listening to Philip, who I love. I guess he's doing the drive out there. That's cool. Good on him. Philip Lindsay was talking about how, it's not that bad of a thing. He'll throw at his pro day. Then he can throw it. Well, let me let Philip Lindsay speak for himself. I don't need to quote. I think I saved it. I don't need to speak for him. Denver's own Philip Lindsay. Played with the Broncos. Let me see. Peekaboo. I just put them boogers in my Terry goes right here.
Sanders' decision not to throw here this week.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not concerned about it. I was okay with it, Zach. Truly, I was okay with it. You go to the combine, usually because you want to meet with the teams. You want every team doctor is going to meet with you. So you have 32 teams, 32 different doctors, and it means that you're going to have to go through an MRI machine 32 times.
Yep.
Because every doctor is going to be different and say, hey, you have something different. And then you get to talk to not just the head coach, the general manager, the quarterback's coach, the offensive line coach. You get to be in a more romantic setting with them, where it's like you're going to dinner with them, you're sitting there, you're doing the X's and O's on the board, and you get to know each other a little bit more than just running around with underwear on, Zach. So I'm okay with Shador Sanders sitting out and just meeting with the teams, being out there, going through plays on the board to show his intelligence, to say, hey, I'm smart and I understand the game of football, and then showcase it in the pro day. Because why do you have to do it 2 times? If you're doing it in the combine and you're going through the drills in the combine, you're going to go through the same drills at your pro day. But if I'm Shador, I'm going to be in an environment where I'm more comfortable with receivers that I've been throwing to for 2 years now, like Travis Hunter, and then go through the drills like that, Zach. So I'm okay with it. And a lot of quarterbacks like Caleb Williams, like Drake May, like Jaden Daniels did not do anything in the combine and were just fine.
Okay. Now, I will defer, obviously, to Philip Lindsay because Philip Lindsay played in the NFL and I did not. Full disclosure, full stop. Having said that, quarterbacks throw the ball. And so I don't know why Jaden Daniels didn't throw. I don't know why Drake May didn't throw. I don't know who else he had mentioned. Oh, Caleb Williams. I don't know why Caleb Williams, but look how it's going for Caleb Williams. And to me, it's like, especially when you're coming in with a lot of question marks, and there are question marks, I think maybe, you know, maybe they're not well deserved, but there are question marks about Shedeur. And I'm just like, well, it's like, why do it twice? It's like, well, quarterbacks throw the ball, so do it twice sounds like what? I don't understand that. It's not like they're asking you to throw like 900 times in a day, right? It's like throw the ball because you're a quarterback and quarterbacks throw the ball. This is a very layman's argument, by the way. I'm giving you the layman. What else am I going to give you? I'm the layman. I am the professional layman. So I'll defer to Philip on that. He's been through a combine. I just don't. To me, it seems like you got something to hide, especially when the questions are being asked about you. Oh, Bo Nix didn't throw either. Okay, so then what's the big deal? Oren, all CU buffs, on-air personalities always defend CU. The propaganda is crazy. Okay, let me turn this back at you, the Coop GT. Isn't that kind of what all Homer-led content does and is supposed to do? I just say that in terms of like, how many guys in Denver really, really take a run at the Broncos? Y'all don't even like it when I get on here and take shots at the Nuggets. Not you, the Coop. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think that's what you're going to get out of Homer. And now I don't agree with it because I think that these guys are supposed to learn how to not personalize critiques of their professional play. I don't like you didn't play the game. I hate that. It's just a place where players and look at man, Kyrie is really trying his best to make this a game. Where they hide out and they're just like, oh, you didn't play the game, kind of deflect criticism. And I get what you're saying. I just think that I think that that's kind of the nomenclature with local coverage. They want access. That's what it all comes down to. It's really a matter of, God damn, he missed that so bad. It's really a matter of access. It's guys who want to be able to go into the locker room and not feel uncomfortable when they see the guy that they took a run at critically. And now you got to confront that. And media members are pussy. I don't know any other way to say it other than that. They don't want the discomfort of a sensitive athlete looking, staring down the barrel of that gun, so to speak, when the athlete is looking at them in the locker room like, yeah, you're that guy that was taking that run at me talking that shit. But it's like, so? What are you going to whoop my ass? So then what ends up happening is they go the other way. Because if you go the other way, then you're never denied access. Because a lot of these times, you know who's terrible with it? Mike Shanahan. A lot of the time, these organizations are so ridiculously sensitive. But then on the other side, willing to give you everything that you want and more. You know how Adam Schefter got his job? By kissing Mike Shanahan's ass. That's how Adam Schefter got where he is in this game. That's not to say that Adam Schefter did not work hard to put himself in positions where that would be possible. But if you kiss enough ass and you just shine enough boots, go get your fucking shine box. Then, the people up top are like, yeah, that's a good guy. That's a great reporter. The most contentious. I mean, look at how it went with Dion and the guy from CBS. And I do believe that the guy from CBS, I went back and read some of his, he was egregious because there's a huge difference between taking a run at a guy who you think is jaking it or whatever, having a critique of a person and making it personal. And I think we all in media know the line. I think we all know the line. One thing that players hate that I think it's a fine line to walk is quitter. That's a fine line to walk because that's not really talking about your character, but it is talking about what you did on the field of play, which can allude to your character. That's a fine line to walk. And everything else is just kind of like, when guys, I try not to make it personal. I try to. I probably don't do a good job of it. You know what I mean? Because I'm in the streaming world and what I am trying to do is be my genuine self. But here's another thing. I'm not afraid to stand in front of anybody that I've said anything about and say what I've said about them. That I'll say it to your face. Because what are you going to do? Whoop my ass? You should get better at what you do or have thicker skin. And then if you're the best that you can say is, I don't have a right to say what I'm saying because I didn't play the game. I'm like, come on. You're not you know what I don't have a right to or license to talk about? Physics. Because I'm not a physicist, but I have played basketball. So I don't think you have to play basketball professionally to actually understand the game. I hope Shedeur is smart enough to realize his workout videos with well-off media, Darius Sanders, are better, by the way. Won't be enough to whoa the scouts. I don't know, man. I feel like here, let me read y'all sit and then I'll get to my Shedeur text. That's why QBs have pro days. They can throw to their own guys. It's not that uncommon. Shedeur is just in the microscope every time he wipes his ass. True. Fair. Romantic? Isn't it romantic? Shout out to Joe Williams, wherever you are. Rest in peace. How much of that is his fault, though? How much of what Shedeur goes through is Shedeur's fault? Quite honestly, I don't think any of it's his fault. Here's the problem. Shedeur is an anomaly, quite literally, when it comes to quarterbacks, high-profile black athletes, amateur. Why? Why is that? Because Shedeur grew up in the spotlight with money, and he flaunts it. And people in the media and people in society, for whatever reason, don't like that. Now, that's something that's deep in your own heart that you got to contend with, right? I'm not saying you, Timothy, per se, or who said that? Is it his own fault? Somebody said, is it his own fault? Oh, Timothy. Now, I'm not saying that to you. What I'm saying is that why does young, or let me say it differently. Why does black and brash offend so deeply? Confident black and brash offends some, not all. And that's a question you got to ask yourself. Why is that? Why is that so offensive that a guy would walk in and have his chains on and be like, he doesn't seem like a bad kid. But yes, you are putting a target on your back too. You're going to attract a lot of attention. Probably not the type of attention that you want. But if you're willing to handle the whole weight of it, shit, smoke if you got them. So when you say it's his fault, I think, and the same thing goes for his dad. But the question is really more like, why does it only all shucks that you guys want to see from guys? And I'm not saying you particularly, I'm saying that type of person who bristles at the confident, brash, bombastic, showboaty, throw it in your face type. And then, you can ask yourself a litany of questions from there. Some on him and the rest on Chelsea. There you go. That was kind of my point. I think some people are just like, why the fuck does he have that? He got out of a Maybach. I've been busted my fucking hump. Writing for the goddamn Post. Fucking shit wages. I'm on the road half the year. Fucking scuffling out these goddamn stupid articles. This fucking kid, this fucking loudmouth kid with his gold fucking chains. That really twists my tits. That really gets under my motherfucking skin. Who the fuck does he think he is? He's Deion Sanders' son. He's been rich for a while. Get over it. Bo Nix didn't throw either. That's what I said. That's what I said. You could listen to Nebraska radio if you want to listen to CU haters. Yeah. I'm quite sure there's no shortage of them there. I don't know about jealousy. More of he hasn't done anything yet. 3-12 in his 2 years with CU. Good stats though. Well, when you say 3-12 in his 2 years with CU, that comes with you got to add some context to that, right? Because that 3-12 is 2 years removed from 1-11. So it went 1-11 his first year, 4, and which I don't know if they underachieved that first year. I think they achieved. And then, we're a game away from being able to play in the Big 12 championship. So come on. And had the same turnaround when he was at Jackson. So he's accomplished. He's accomplished. Wasn't Maryland kind of anti-Knicks? I heard that. I didn't hear it personally. I heard that. So I cannot confirm nor deny. Caleb Williams won 7 games the year he was drafted number 1. Wins and losses don't matter in college. Not if you're a quarterback. Well, no, not if you're. No, you're right. It doesn't matter for anybody. It's a meat market. College is a meat market. If you win, it's a plus. Like, is Jalen Milroe? God, I hope not. Even though they didn't finish with it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I think that it's all about the tools. 92.5 Rip CU all year, so I'm not sure what you're listening to. Somebody's not. Marilad is the type of dude who plays both sides, so he always has an out. I hate those type of people. I'd rather take and have a bad take and have it be my genuine thing than try and figure out what you knuckleheads want to hear me say and then say some shit that I just don't believe. Keeler is a joke of a journalist. That guy, that's the guy. Yeah, and he was also. I just read some of his work about. I read some of his work about Deion, and there was like false prophet and all this. Like, why are you taking a shot at the dude's? Why are you taking a shot at the dude's like spirituality? You know what I mean? Like, what does that have to do with your critique of it? And I think that's where quite honestly, I think that's where Prime took his exceptions. Was like, okay, this is not you just hating me for whatever. This is personal or some shit. Because why are you taking shots at my spirituality? Like, why is that a part of this conversation? And I think he ended up eating it. I think the guy ended up eating that and sort of admitted to it. And a lot of the times it's like Tim McCarver, guys have had a problem with Prime. And so that's why I'm saying, like, trust me, Prime doesn't have thin skin when it comes to taking critiques. He's been getting criticized for being bombastic his entire career. Because guess what? He's been that guy his entire career. So I genuinely believe that what he saw with Sean Keeler was more like, I don't like you because you throwing stones and hiding your hands. You got some personal grind with me and you're trying to hide it behind, this article about my coaching or whatever, and call me a false prophet and all that is just over the top and over the line. I care about these kids. And it just seemed like, but now again, I haven't been in the media room, but I listened to the pressers and you can hear, and I don't think it was just that run-in. You can hear that guys are loath to get on the bad side of Prime and company. Now, whether that makes for a good, business relationship as far as what the fans get in terms of honest reporting and, what you want from your journalists is that daring that says, I'm going to ask the tough questions of the people that I'm here to cover, because what the fuck else am I here for? I'm not here to try and figure out if this guy's going to invite me to a dinner date. Who is this that just chimed in? Derek? What's up, dude? I'm new to this, but I think that getting drunk is a plus.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all.
I don't understand.
In my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
I want to understand more of the context of what you're saying, but it made me laugh, Derek. So I appreciate the contribution. Welcome to the hood, brother. Welcome to the party, pal. Let's see. Wins don't matter in college. That was directed at you, Fishing. Yeah, don't you want a winner? Now, I do agree that at the end of the day, this is going to be a bad example. Quinn Ewers versus Arch Manning. Is Arch Manning going to have to win a lot in order to make it on the next level? No, he's not. It wouldn't matter what he does at Texas. Arch Manning is going to get a shot at the next level. If Quinn Ewers hadn't a quarterback the University of Texas to at least a respectable record in the SEC, and he did, we wouldn't be talking about Quinn Ewers. So winning does matter. But at the end of the day, with quarterbacks at least, well, not just quarterbacks, they're going to find the talent. That's the one thing the NFL does, I think, better than any other sport, with the exception, and it's also a different discipline. What's sad about football to me is, can we be honest? I'm not saying that they're not skilled. I'm not saying that there's not skill in what they do, but it's really how violent, how fast, how physical are you? Right? And then with the skill positions, obviously, catch radius and hands for receivers, obviously the most skilled position. So I get it why the quarterbacks get the big bucks, the most skilled position, so to speak. If you're going to be a team that passes the ball and is good at passing the ball as the quarterback position, everybody else is kind of like, can you move your feet? Can you slide to the side? And those things are more feats of physicality than they are. You know what I'm saying? So in the NFL, they get it right because what they end up picking is just guys with the greatest meat market attributes. How much can you bench? How fast are you out of the blocks? Can you slide to slide? You see what I'm saying? And so that's why I think they get it right for the most part. In most instances, guys like what do they say about the NFL? Bigger, stronger, faster. It's always going to be the fastest because they're definitely not going to miss on those 40 times, right? They're definitely not going to miss on how much reps a guy can put up on the bench press. And so it's just like, I think, like unlike any other sport. In hockey, unless you're the enforcer, everybody's got to be a good skater. You have to be able to skate to get on the ice, right? Who gives a shit if you great puck handling skills, but you can't skate for shit? And then the hand-eye coordination to be able to skate. And isn't that crazy? The Baldwins is a show. Alec Baldwin's got a show coming out, and he killed a lady within the last 2 years. He shot a person and they died. Now, whether it was manslaughter or murder. Anyway, squirrel. So in the NFL, it's like it's easier to get it right. But with quarterbacks, that's where you see the most failures, right? Is with the quarterback position. Do you got a guy that can make the whole thing go? How was I on that whole thing? Oh, why wins don't matter. So that's why in college, it kind of, Coop, I agree with you that wins do matter. I think it matters probably more for quarterbacks than anybody. Like, is this guy a leader? And even then, there are certain guys that are going to make it because of the attributes. Think Ben Roethlisberger, Miami of Ohio. Although I saw them play against CSU when they came to CSU and they beat CSU. I'm not saying that was the game that got him drafted, but he had a hell of a game. And I'm pretty sure that Miami of Ohio team was good. So I think you're right, though. I think it's 50-50, but I think for quarterbacks, it definitely does matter. I think everybody else is just kind of a meat market. I do think bringing up Shiloh's legal issues was too much. What was even the point of that? What was the end game? To embarrass Dion. That was the end game. That's what Vic Lombardi did to me last week. What did he do to you last week? Let me know. Sorry. You're new to this, but you think getting drunk is a plus. I want to know. I want context. Please come back, Derek, and tell me what you mean when you say that. No, they don't. Explain how Caleb Williams was drafted number 1 with 7 wins if they matter. Well, I mean, he didn't have no wins. And he played at USC. He played at SC. It's a high-profile program. And he didn't only have 7 wins his whole career. Is this the worst QB draft class since Christian Ponder and JP Lossman? You would probably be able to answer that question better than I could, or ask Fishin. He knows everything. Correction, Oren, they don't like black people flaunting money. Whoa. Beeb started the show, and not a single comment on the way he approaches the situation. Correction, Oren, they don't like black people flaunting money. I don't disagree with that. I don't know when I said something to the opposite. Biebs started the show and not a single comment on the way he approaches the situation. Justin Bieber, because I know that I did start this show with that, and not a single comment on how he approaches the situation. What do you mean? Like how he handled fame? I think he was just handed over to the wolves. If we're talking about the same thing, if I'm missing something, let me know. I think he was handed over to the wolves, and everything else is kind of an outcropping of what happens when a young man is handed over to the wolves. You'll clear it up. I'll get to it. Fishing Caleb was overdrafted. He got his ass kicked and exposed in the Notre Dame game. He's overrated. I think Caleb Williams is overrated, and I think Chicago hasn't been able to get right. You can think he is, but the league didn't. Yeah, but that still, I think it's still a salient point that the Coop's making. League GMs have no clue. That has been proven by the success rate of quarterbacks drafted high that don't work out. Doesn't offend at all. Shedeur has made himself out in the open. I am in the camp of, okay, go ball then. If you're going to talk, then walk. I don't disagree with that. I was often saying my biggest thing and I had to check myself on this, Timothy Room, because I so badly want this thing to work for Coach Prime and CU for a myriad of reasons. Some of them are social, cultural, political. In my instance, I just love the thought of all that blackness in Boulder. Because of my experiences in Boulder and that town needing to have a reckoning with its social political stance on athletes and blackness. I really genuinely believe that. But I also wanted to work out because I'm a CU fan. And my thing was like, you guys got to be a little quieter, man, because when you're that loud and it's that, all the gold chains and you're strutting around, you're just drawing attention to yourself. And if you don't prove on it, then, you're just giving your critics reason to just go at you harder. And then I had to check myself like, well, if they're okay with it, fuck it. Like, bet big or go home type shit. And so I don't disagree with you. Like, well, okay, you're going to be loud. You better go ball out because you're just attracting attention to yourself and it's just going to get bad. And I think for the most part, he delivered on that, to be honest. That's not just my fan. That really frosts my giblets. That's a good one. Can I borrow that? Can I borrow frost my giblets? That's nice. That really frosts my giblets. Oh man, that comes off well when I do that. That really twists my tits. You know what I mean? Really frosts my giblets. That really yanks at my foreskin. That would probably. Damn, Dom Mars. What up, brother?
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all.
Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
He just has a long way to fall down if he falls. Yeah. If he fails, excuse me. Yeah. Big expectations, man. Big expectations, and the bigger the bust, the bigger the cap, the bigger the pillin'. That's how that goes. You gotta want to live in the infamy of failure if you're gonna fly high, because failure is a possibility, right? And I think what will be most interesting is, like, we see what happened with LeVar Ball. LeVar Ball was the poster dad for loud, obnoxious athlete father. And, writing checks that his son's asses might not be able to cash. And we've seen how it went, from when LiAngelo got popped in China or wherever they were for stealing, like, what are you doing? To the way that Lonzo's career's gone, not through any fault of his own. His body's just breaking down on him. But a lot of people speculate that Lonzo Ball's physical problems began with those BBB shoes, wearing those bullshit brand shoes, and not a proper pair. Because, like, where are you getting those things made? Like, who's making your technology? Did you really go to some manufacturer, some bootleg manufacturer in China and have them make you up athletic wear shoes, not shoes that you're just going to walk around in? And your son is a high He is an NBA commodity. Do you really want him running around in your BBB shoes because you want to be that guy? A lot of people speculate that it was the shoes. And what I will find most interesting is how Deion's going to handle one. I don't see Shiloh getting drafted. You know why? Because he's not good enough. Right? Like, let's just keep it a buck. If you keep it a stack, Shiloh is just not good enough. By the way, the two young ladies that we were watching, I think that they are hangers on through the phenomena that is CU becoming Black America's team. And a lot of aunties, are everybody's starting podcasts around loving CU because it'll generate interest for you on the internet. That's just the truth. And I think there's a lot of people who genuinely love the happening and what's going on. So that's what they were talking about. And y'all take it easy on them with the acts. We talk different. I don't, but I still got it in me. Take it easy on people with all you smarty art ass niggas out here. Acts. Anyway, I still love you, knuckleheads anyway. My point though is I wonder how Deion's gonna deal with failure for the first time, should it befall Shedeur. I don't know what you're going to do about Shiloh. It kind of is the writing's on the wall. I think he'll probably pull a couple strings. Shiloh probably will get signed. Maybe what do you get one of them contracts? You don't get drafted, but some team puts you on the practice squad. Let you work your way to it. He'll probably get that as a favor from somebody. Shiloh's not. I mean, could he be Mr. Irrelevant? I guess so. The last pick in the draft, maybe. It shows up on tape. And by the way, this has been since I've been watching him at CU. This has got nothing to do with the scene. Like, it's just when he shows up on tape, it's like he's reckless. So he'll hit somebody, oftentimes illegally. That's not going to get you drafted. Your ball skills, and he just done got none. As my assessment. Just go watch Oregon, Nebraska, BYU film. Shedeur was exposed. I can't say you're wrong. The Oregon game sticks out to me. The Oregon game definitely stands out to me. Now, but again, he didn't have an offensive line. He only had Travis. Like, I think exposed is tough because you still are only as good as the talent that you're surrounded by as a quarterback, right? And that Oregon game of those games is the one that stands out to me. The Nebraska game this year, I think they got caught early, but they made a showing late. I don't think they took that opportunity seriously. And BYU, I think it was I think that the Kansas game was a worse outcome than the BYU game. I think the BYU game was just what ends up happening when you take 3 weeks off from playing football. That's what I attribute the BYU game to. And then once it got away from them, there was no getting it back. And BYU just played the game differently. They were a run the ball team. When you do what CU did offensively, as it's all predicated off of really rhythm and, are these guys all on the same page? You just got Jimmy back. Like, of those games, I think you're right with Oregon. But even with that one, it's like, what did they really go into that game with? They really, quite honestly, that was the end of that season for them, and rightfully so. And the rest of so I think they got exposed as a program. I wouldn't say that Shedeur, because what really was he going to do? He had no offensive line, like none. Not to mention the rest. No running game. Like, come on, let's all. I think not because of Shedeur. I think just look at what your eyes are seeing and make the assessments based off of that, not just looking solely at him. But to answer the overall question, no, I think you will start seeing people drop out of the combine and just focus on them and their pro day. I think they should. I think you can't do anything but hurt yourself in the combine, right? Like, what is it really? It's a meat market. And you show up because tradition. You show up because that's what we do, right? We go to the combine. God damn, Klay Thompson has become a shell of himself as a shooter. And then LeBron tries to drive with his head down. Like, I don't get it, man. That dude has no bag, bro. I still remember Stephen A. Smith going on and on about how the key to that week's Chargers game was Hunter Henry. Henry had been placed on IR 6 weeks earlier. Oh, okay, yeah. Guys don't know. These guys don't watch these games. They don't watch a lot. Keeler attacked Prime by his parenting, coaching and family life that he's been divorced. He went to headshot and looked like a fucking idiot. Yeah, it was. I don't think I've ever seen it that blatant and that bad. Like I went back and read because I was like, okay, let me see what the problem is. Because I was like, come on, are you just sensitive? You can't take a guy. Well, guys can't come to the guys can't come and write articles about how bad the team is. And then I went and read his shit, and it's like, okay, you're just a bad person. I don't know why you feel the need to do that either, because it's not necessary. Rui Hachimura misses a gimme layup. This game is close now, 80-77. Yeah, Keeler was definitely he definitely proved himself to be not a professional journalist. Football is tough, so it takes on average 3.5 hours to complete a game for only 15 to 20 of average play time. We've all been bamboozled. Yeah, that's crazy too. When you say it like that, it's a huge time investment for us watching for very little that's happening. We've been celebrating Snoop for over 25 years after he killed someone. Didn't he get acquitted? I don't think he killed the guy. I think it was his homie, his bodyguard that killed the guy. I think that's why he got acquitted. But yeah, I mean, you don't want to have that conversation. Like what? If anything, he benefited from a system that has been getting away with murder for a long, long time. Fishing, it's a great scam. People pay thousands of dollars for 15 minutes. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's right back to where we started. I was talking about it. Yep, they sure do. Average football play is like 6 to 7 seconds. I know it's like hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait. Here it goes. Blah, 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 blah. Then it's over. And then we all go back and reset and do it again. It's really like, what is our fascination with football? It's the violence, isn't it? Isn't it at the end of the day? I mean, we enjoy the competition, of course. But of all the sports, why is football our favorite? What is it about the game that makes it our favorite? Often I've said it's the violence. I can't comment on something because I haven't done it. I don't know. Said I can't comment on something because I haven't done it. Oh, that's what Vic did to you? It's so crazy. Like what? You can't comment on something because I haven't done it. Like it's such a cop-out take. It's a cop-out take. Anybody who says that shit, I'm just like, okay, dude. Like you obviously aren't here to have a conversation. You can't have an opinion on something that you haven't done. Well, why are we all talking about presidencies and politics things? None of us have done that shit. We all got opinions on that shit. Like what? Speaking of Justin Bieber, cue the Otis freestyle. Okay. Well, I gotta watch copyright, dude. So hold on though. Like how Biebs showed up in jewelry and flaunts his game. People love when he did it, but don't like Shador is doing. Oh, yeah. Isn't that weird? He's just mimicking the culture too, right? Biebs is mimicking the culture. It's all yours. Fleshy Fun Bridge is the best way to describe it. What the?
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here.
Holy
I love
shit.
y'all.
Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
I was not ready for that. Fishing, I don't know, man. Biebs was the butt of jokes back in the day. The only people who really like him were young teenage girls. Yeah, my daughter loved Justin Bieber. And of course, he was just a kid as well. Yeah, it's so, God, like it's so, just for wanting to be famous, which I think, it comes with its fame has its cost. But not for the kids, man. If you're an adult, you know what I mean, and you sign yourself up for some, Fleshy Fun Bridge play as a cost of doing business, you're an adult. If you're a kid, man, it's like that's why Chomo's, whoa, he just threw that over the top of the backboard. Not that he didn't get fouled or anything. Of course the Lakers don't foul. Yeah, it's like, damn, man, not a kid, man. You know why Chomos have a hard time in jail? Because no women, no kids, man. How old is Biebs now? About 40? Seems like he's been around forever. No, he's not 40. He might be not 30 yet. Let's see. Justin Bieber age. He's 30. Now, look at this. The guy's 30. Where'd my Justin Bieber picture go? Yes, sir. Klay Thompson hits a big three, ties the game at 88. That's good. That's good. Anyway, we all saw Justin Bieber. He looks crazy. He looks crazy. Don't ask me that, motherfucker. Sounds like you got an axe to grind on, you sons of bitches. Skunks in the building.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all.
Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
UDFA. UDFA. Luka with a triple-double, but they are banging right now. This game is shaped up to be a game. Is anybody else watching? Ain't nobody asking you. You motherfuckers. You sons of bitches. Yeah, it's 11 p.m. It's 11 p.m. where you're at. It's 12 where I'm at. So I love Deion as a player. He was mouthy, but he could back it up. That's all anybody's ever going to ask of you. Talk that shit. Do your big one. But please believe you're going to be asked to show and prove and show up. You got to, as long as you're willing to go to the press conference when you talk all that shit and you show up to the press conference and you answer the questions, I don't got a problem with it. LeBron drives baseline. Doncic over to Rui Hachimura. God damn it. Get the open rebound. Yes, sir. Went out of bounds. Didn't Ray Lewis kill a guy with his bare hands and a knife? Is what I heard. After the Super Bowl. Which is what? I see it as a 3-hour chess match with some occasional rigging and scripting. That's good. I like that. I like that. Violence and it being the ultimate team sport is what makes the NFL king. Yeah, there's no more team sport than football. Because all 11 guys, like, football is that sport where it's like, you have to be so locked in on your job. You can't focus on anybody else's, but you have to be doing it in unison as one. Like, we all got to be on the same page. What's the play call? You know what I mean? And so that does definitely make it the ultimate team sport, because I don't know enough about hockey, so I'll leave hockey out. But it seems like in basketball and hockey kind of play the same way in flow. So does soccer. Soccer is a really team-oriented sport, but there's just more room for freelancing in those other sports. And baseball is a one-on-one skills competition. Like, every play is really one-on-one until it comes to, you know, there are times like when fielding the ball and, you know, making a play in the infield, obviously, you know, guys have to be working in unison, but baseball is a one-on-one skills competition. So I'd agree with that. Football is the most team-oriented sport, and the violence. But I think that the violence is really what we show up for. There's still nothing like the sheer beauty of little Ralphie Valadares demanding the jamming helmet and going out on a 3-man whip. Is that roller derby? I love roller derby.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here.
That's good,
I love y'all.
That's roller derby, right? I'm old school with football. Give me a smash mouth ish. Exactly. I'm 3 yards. I'm a cloud of dust guy. Great defense. Derrick Henry doing it. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm like, win the game. You know what I mean? So it's like sometimes it gets a little too, you know, aired out, specialized bullshit for me. Tell me, plus you from bitches is the funniest thing you ever heard. It is the funniest thing I've heard in a while. Like, what the fuck? Is that person get
Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
No, it's not, but that's funny. Oh, fuck. That one just made me sweat. Is that the bridge that got destroyed? I don't know why that caught me off guard. Oh man. I did not have this being Justin Bieber episode, but we're here. Yeah, here we are. Yeah, no, he keeps working his way back in. Every time we get out, Justin Bieber just he pulls us back in. Every time we get out, he just pulls us right the fuck back in. Goddamn guy. 10 p.m. Yeah, I know where you guys are. Baseball is an individual team sport. Yeah, it's. I think I liken baseball into like it's more like it's like darts. What would you call golf? Golf is a sport. But it's not. It's like it's like darts. It's like a parlor trick. It's like being good at something that takes hand-eye coordination. God damn, Clay missed everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like in baseball, it's like, yeah, you're asked to be athletic every once in a while. Hold on. What is this? Oren, no copyright strike. He's sitting on big boys, just show rapping. Okay. God damn it. You drive a hard bargain. All right, what is it that I'm looking for? I gotta Coop wants me to watch this, and now I'm when they split the TV screen, I'm going to it. When they split the TV screen so they can jam in another car insurance commercial, they have gone too goddamn far. Yeah, you gotta pay those bills. Those bills ain't gonna pay themselves. NFL's a bad product, but people have tons of money on fantasy football and gambling, so they watch every minute. I don't disagree with that. Otis, Justin Bieber freestyle coming up right now. What am I, just you guys' this fucking show monkey? Huh? Is that what you think? I'm just your show DJ. Otis Bieber freestyle. If I get copyright strict for this after a 2-hour beauty, you owe me. Oh, wait, what?
In the neighborhood, man, you asked for Otis the instrumental. E-Man has it for you right now. All right. Hello. All right. All right. Justin Bieber, damn JB, where the hell you been? Yeah, I got a new necklace, diamonds, 2 big face rollies. No, I ain't lying. Making mama so proud that she crying. Yeah, you say I'm crazy, guess that makes 2. But I never knew that dreams really came true. Started playing drums when I was only 2. Now we're kicking in Japan, kung fu. So I'm heading for the gold. I'm sweating, I swear Otis Redding will be oh so ready.
Hey.
Already got a heady of the game. I'm with Kenny and we steady getting many. I mean money, riding in the all black Benz.
Hey, hold on, man. Hold on, man. What, Beebs?
With the all black rims, and we looking at some 10s to all
He was doing his
came
figure right
true.
here. Hold on.
Started playing drums when I was only 2. Now we're kicking in Japan, kung fu. So I'm heading for the gold. I'm sweating, I swear Otis Redding will be oh so ready. Already got a heady of the game. I'm with Kenny and we steady getting many. I mean money, riding in the all black Benz with the all black rims, and we looking at some 10s to all black lenses. Wait, I'm not done. You're not done.
Hold on, man. Hold on, man. Was this before the Diddy or after? I'm sorry. That was wrong. That was wrong. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that. I instantly regret having said that. Golf is the man against the course. Yeah, it's a God, I love golf and I hate it. I'm so terrible at it. Otis, Justin Bieber freestyle did it. Have you broke down Californication yet? I should go look at that. Coop, you laughing because I said, what am I, your fucking disc jockey? I admire those nameless, faceless roller derby players that compromise the pack who exist only to be passed by the free. I fucking love Charlie Beagle. You might be the only other person who understands that. I might be the only other person that understands. I love roller derby. I used to watch that shit. The Jammers. That's great. Sounds like a 12-year-old. Well, he was 12. God damn, Fishing, you're so hard to please. Told you. Close to it. Oh, it was close to the. I feel so bad for that guy, man. I really do. I think that for the most part, he probably was a well-intentioned kid. He used to get. Let me get the Californication. I can't play it out loud, but I want to get the lyrics. A well-intentioned kid who was just thrown to a demon. Sean Combs, who I blame for ruining hip hop, by the way, is just a demon. Apparently, he did the same thing to Usher, but Usher didn't really have a problem with it or something. California lyric, Californication lyrics. I'm gonna try and stay through the end of this game. I appreciate you guys riding with. I know it's late where you are, so you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. And I want to see the Lakers lose this goddamn game. All right, let's see. It's a nice little break in the action. Psychic spies from China. Oh, wow. Out the gate. Psychic spies from China trying to steal your mind's elation. And little girls from Sweden dream of silver screen quotation. And if you want these kind of dreams, it's Californication. Out the gate, psychic spies from China try to steal your mind's elation. Why psychic spies from China? Because it's not the Chinese that run Hollywood. You know what I'm saying when I'm saying that? It's not the Chinese that run Hollywood. 96-94 Lakers, 3:39 left in the game. It's the edge of the world and all of Western civilization. The sun may rise in the east and at least settle in the final location. It's understood that Hollywood says Californication. Pay your surgeon very well to break the spell of age and celebrity skin. Okay, this is easy. This one's easy to. These last two verses are kind of easy to decipher. That first one is kind of weird. Psychic spies from China try to steal your mind's elation. Damn it. Turnover for Dallas. Rory Hachimura gets a dunk. Fucking son. Okay, Kyrie. Kyrie blows past Luka. Still a lot of time left in this game, says Greg Anthony, wearing his grandmother's couch as a jacket. Pay your surgeon very well to break the spell of aging. Celebrity skin, is this your chin or is that warrior waging? Is this your chin or is that warrior waging? I don't know if I understand that. Firstborn unicorn. Hardcore soft porn. That's a great line. Hardcore soft porn. I mean, it's pretty in your face except for that first line. Those first two bars. Come on, pal. Like, why be in the center of the key? Max Christie just fucking hit all backboard. Jesus Christ. Talk about the moment being a little bigger than you. Dream of Californication. Dream of Californication. Dream of Californication. Backdoor. Come on, man. How are you getting beat backdoor, Clay? Firstborn unicorn. Hard softcore. It's a hardcore softborn. It seems like sometimes he was just writing poetry that was nonsensical. This is Diddy, definitely before he got diddled. Yeah. He has weight. Hoes and bitches and skanks. Going downtown, gonna score me some crank. What kind of crank are you talking about, brother? Do you think Bedsy is a star? Daniel Miller's in the house. What's up,
I
Daniel?
want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all.
Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
Do you think Bedsy's starting to lose the Avs? I don't know. I know they had a bad loss to St. Louis the other night. It sounds like they've come out of the break a little lackadaisical, but there's a lot of hockey left to be played. Are there any roller derby podcasts? Probably. Is there a roller derby Hall of Fame? I would venture to guess. It's in a mini warehouse in Nelson. Yeah. You're funny, Charlie Beagle. I fuck with you, brother. So how did they know about TikTok and Greta? Wait, what? Is that more in there? Oh, psychic spies from trying to steal your. Oh. Psychic spies from trying to steal your mind's elation. So you're saying that's an allusion to TikTok and little girls from Sweden dream of silver screen quotation. That one, I know Greta Thunberg is from, I know she's Swedish. There's also a question as to whether or not that girl is actually a teenager. Pretty sure she might be an adult. Do you think that that's definitely alluding to Greta Thunberg? The TikTok one is actually not bad. That's actually not bad. TikTok. China runs social media, mess with all the algorithms. Yeah. But do you think maybe it's always just been kind of like this? I mean, it's kind of not a big secret that China has based its growth as an economic power off of stealing technology. And now they're in a place from what I've heard, they're in a place where they don't need to do that anymore. They kind of lead in the field where, I don't know, chips and dips and finger lips, tips and rib tips. Anyway, they lead. I think that they've kind of gotten all that they need. But I'm just saying, is that necessarily just saying, oh yeah, but no, try to steal your mind's elation? That's definitely social media, right? When was this song written? 1999. Oof. Okay, you hitting on something. Marry me, girl, be my fairy to the world, be my very own constellation. A teenage bride with a baby inside, getting high on information. And buy me a star on the boulevard, it's Californication. Space may be the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement. That's faking the moon landing. And Cobain, can you hear the spheres singing songs off station 2 station? And Alderon's not far away. It's California. Alderon is a. I think it's actually Aldebaran, but I think he's talking about a star. And Alderon's not far away. It's Californication. Born and raised by those who praise control their population. Oof. Eugenics. Well, everybody's been there, and I don't mean on vacation. Firstborn unicorn, hardcore soft porn, dream of Californication. Dream of Californication. Damn it. 105.99, 48 seconds left in the game. Lakers are probably going to win this one because the fucking Dallas Mavericks blow hard. Dream of Californication. Dream of Californication. Let's see. Destruction leads to a very rough road, but it's also breeds creation. And earthquakes are to a girl's guitar. They're just another good vibration. And tidal waves couldn't save the world from That's all about California just cracking off at the San Andreas Fault and just falling into the ocean, right? 107-99. Lakers are going to win that game.
That's nice.
Not nice.
Not bad, meaning bad, but bad, meaning good.
Not good. LeBron James very proud of himself. Did he get ejected? Did he get hit in the mouth? Why did he just leave the court? LeBron James leaves the court without. Luka Doncic, fourth Laker triple-double in his first 5 games. Fourth Laker to record a triple-double in his first 5 games. Triple-double for Luka. Let's look at some numbers before I get out of here and let you guys have your night back. I'm quite sure you had other things to be doing, and you were here with me. I feel honored by that. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm not being facetious. I'm being serious. Anytime I can have people come hang out with me while while I clown around on the internet, I'm always grateful for it. You could be anywhere, literally doing anything. Luka Doncic with a 19, 15, and 12 triple-double. 6-17 from the field, 1-7 from 3. I mean, that's not great numbers. They only scored 172. I was listening to the guy. I was watching Gil's Arena, and they're all stoked off of their, them beating the Nuggets. And I'm like, but Kenyon Martin represents. Here, this is what we're gonna leave on. We're gonna leave on Kenyon Martin representing. That's a nugget at heart, boy. I tell you, that Kenyon Martin is something else. That Kenyon Martin is something else, and I fuck with it heavy. Hold on. Where's there? Okay, there it is. There it is. Shh. You gotta. I mean, I love this show because they just yell at each other sometimes. Hold on. Listen to Gilbert Arenas. Listen to Gilbert Arenas. This is what guys who played the game think. This is why I take all that didn't play the game shit and I throw it out the window. Hold on. Go on, Kenyon. When you look at it, it's kind of like just to wrap this Lakers shit up. It's kind of like the Nuggets are the second highest scoring team, and the Lakers had to throw a triple team. I feel bad about being so mad about that loss. To be honest with you, I feel bad about it. I feel bad about being mad about that loss. Let me read you guys because you've contributed. And do you think Bedsy is starting to lose the abs? Read that one. Roller Derby Hall of Fame. Read that one. China runs down. I read that one. Lakers will be up, but yeah, it's over. The game was over. Greta's from Sweden and tried to convince the world of global warming on TV. Great, I know it. I'm aware. Firstborn Unicorn is sold into Hollywood, and Hollywood has become a hardcore porn outside of softcore on stream. Agreed. Those are all very in-your-face lyrics. Maybe I've looked too far into this song. No, I get it. I'm already there. Now you got it. I'm right there with you, brother. They could have said "Girl from Europe." True. Kiedis he would have been 20 years ahead of time. They especially said Sweetie. He would have been 20 years ahead of his time to know that. Teenage pregnancy has gone through the roof. Don't kill yourself, but we'll play your songs on station to station. Agreed. War crushes countries, but America gets to fix it. I love it. Maybe you should check out the lyrics to Little Black Egg. I'll have to do that on another episode. I'm tired, and you guys are probably ready to go be with your wives and girlfriends and whatever. I just think there's so much more to this song than just what they're saying. I've gone down the rabbit hole, and I'm slowly coming out. That's okay. I've been down many a rabbit hole. Minimalist is in the house before we get out of here.
Hood who came out here. I love y'all.
Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
What did I miss, Oren? I just want to say you, my friend, are prime Andre Agassi. God, I don't know if I hope that's a compliment. I hope that's a compliment. Should someone tell him we can't hear what he's listening to? Oh, you can't hear it? I'm sorry, guys. I was listening to, sorry about that. Yep, totally heard all of that. You guys are assholes. Wait, feel bad now. Accept that apology. I'll accept that. Yeah. Hey, man, what did I tell you? What did I tell you, knuckleheads? What do I tell you every time? Every time I do this, I'm enriched by our conversations. If I can get on here and work out my little mind wiggles and have yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if that was a compliment. I don't know if I feel complimented by that, but I'm gonna take it as a compliment. You kidding me? Brooke Shields, Cannon commercial. Oh wait, you're not wrong. He was a player. Hey man, anytime I get on here, work out my wiggles, and you guys are along for the ride with me and entertain this shit that I call good news travel fast, I'm very appreciative. Like, no joke. Hold on one second. I know we not though. What's a capo to the Dom Mega? Arm, leg, arm, head first. Yeah, man. Fishing for Cards, Minimalist Monk, Timothy Rimothy, Charlie Beagle, Coop GT, Daniel Miller, all my internet friends. I think that's kind of everybody. Skunk Life Media. This one is for y'all. No, not that one. Sorry. This one's for y'all.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all.
Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
Dom Mars. Who else do we leave out? Derek Ewie. Okay, that's everybody. I appreciate y'all. I really do. You know what I tell you every time? Find somebody that you love, somebody that you care about. Hold them close. Make sure that they know it. You never know when the next time might be the last. That'll do it for me until tomorrow. Peace, and I'm out.
And now it's time to play everybody's favorite game.
Good news. Jesus Christ, we can't run.